said, you know what? I'll charge $3,000 for 10 hours. Done. Come do it. And so, anyways, something inside me told me, you know what? He wants me to test him. I'm going to test him. So now, mind you, I went from $1, so I gave it 20. And you don't. It was hard, guys. It was hard. And so I did it, and I knew. I didn't know at the time, but this is later on. I knew that he had a plan for me, right? So I gave that 20, and I gave that 20, and I gave that 20, and I was like, man, ain't nothing happening. But I had faith, and I had faith, and I said, regardless, if nothing happens, I'm doing the right thing. I went from 1 to 20, and I'm a happy man. And it was weird because about maybe 8 months later, I get a call, and I do consulting for other school districts on gangs and different things of that nature. And I get a call, and I'm really busy at this time, and they call, and they said, hey, Lawrence, out of the blue. I did consulting for them about 2 years before, and they went with somebody in LA to do it, and they said, you're just too much. That's all right, that's fine. So about 8 months after I'd been given $20, I got a call, and they said, Lawrence, would you come and do a program for us? We want to use your consulting. And I said, watch this. And I said, you know what? I'll charge $3,000 for 10 hours. Done. Come do it. Like, well, I didn't want to do it, really, because I was really busy. Like, now what do I do? So that was sort of my sign, right, to me, like, wow, it's working. So I go, man, he gave me a sign. So I go, well, you know, and every morning, if you guys don't know me, I go get my tithing in the morning at the bank. So that morning, that Sunday, I said, man, I'm going to go get more. So I doubled. I said, wow, man. No, and I say to myself, I say, man, you know what? He did prove it. But and I think that I knew that he proved it, but I think that's when my heart became filled. And I said, you know what? Give a little bit more. How much is it going to hurt? And so now I'm at $1. Now I'm up here, right? So, and I gave graciously. I really did. And I learned I'm developing as a young Christian over time how to develop. And so I gave more. I doubled my offering. And lo and behold, you guys would never get this. So I was in my career fast with was nothing available after that. I was at, like I said, at the end of that career. And lo and behold, they call and ask me, they said, Lawrence, we would like for you to be an interim supervisor. And I said, yes, I would do it. So I did interim, and I tested against a couple lieutenants out of Fresno, I think Fresno State. I would test it, I ranked number 1. And so I got that position. And it was a true blessing, So at that point, I'm like, wow, this guy's great. I go, God, you're showing me. So I give more now. Now I'm giving more, and I'm like, wow. Along the way, he's shown me, right? And so he's showing me, and he's giving me he really, truly did, Eddie, open the floodgates for me, right? And where I'm at on the supervisor, that's where I'm at, right? Okay. So when I was about 21 years old, I had bought an acre of land. And you got to understand when am I going too long, Eddie? Okay. So you got to understand my life, and thank goodness for and I'm showing you this because when I met my wife, I really never went to church, and that was one of the things, our condition when we got married, that I was going to go to church. So I went to church, and my life was pretty good, right? I had a house, I had a job, I was blessed with a beautiful wife, a godly wife, and we had my son. And my life was good, right? And that sounds like a pretty good life, and I think most would love to have that. So during that time, when I was about 21, I bought an acre of land. And you see, from this time, from me not giving, I was doing okay. But then God put it in his heart to show me. Right? And now, he opened the floodgates. So I had acquired this land, and he allowed me to do some things in my life and my finances where I was able to build a house on that property. I own it outright. So here, all this time, and I just thought about this for 25 years because I wasn't tithing, but he took care of me because I think he had a plan for me. But then when I started tithing, he promoted me. He gave me consultings. And then he said, I'm going to allow you and I'm going to show you to build a house outright. After 25 years, I own that land outright. He's not done yet? And Sean, so you think that's it, right? And so I had all these things, right? And I'm here. And then he does something I told Eddie, like, this was wild. I said, you know, and it's true because I was looking at it. It said, I'll rain down the heavens on you, right? And so there, in my pathway, I worked gangs, and that was it. Then they moved me to a supervisor. And not even in the pathway where it's ever been done, they created a director's position. It didn't exist. It didn't exist. It wasn't on the books, right? And guess what? Lo and behold, guess who got that position? They gave it to me. They gave it to me. So, and so he's put me in, and I'm not saying this boasting in any way. I just want you to see the glory of God and what he does for people when you give him the opportunity to do that. And I just wonder, I'm happy that I got to share that with you, because I was like, and I knew it was right to give, right? I knew it was right. But it's that I don't know what it is, Eddie. What is that? Just, I didn't want to give, right? Because I said it's going to take away. But then I gave abundantly, right? And he showed me. So I share that with you so you guys can test him as well. I say test him because I tested him and he proved me, man. He goes, you have no idea what I'm capable of, young man. And so that's my testimony on tithing, and it's been a gracious journey. And like I said, I sort of like, Eddie texted me yesterday, right? I was sure he goes, Lawrence, will you talk about this tomorrow? And I was like, I didn't tell anybody. And I was like, man, Eddie, I knew this was going to happen. I shared with you, and now I'm up here. But Pastor Eddie, I'm so happy that you did share. It feels really good to share that.